Can you imagine holding on to a love story so powerful that even decades of fame, heartbreak, and chaos couldn't erase it? Johnny Depp, the man we've watched transform into some of Hollywood's most unforgettable characters, has always had this mysterious side to him. For years, we've seen his name plastered across headlines, relationships, controversies, and endless speculation. But at 62, Johnny has just shared something deeply personal, something so real that it's making everyone look at him in a new light. He's finally confessed who the true love of his life was. And it's not the answer anyone expected. Think about that for a second. In a world where celebrities often keep their emotions hidden behind carefully curated images, hearing someone like Johnny open up about love feels refreshing, even shocking. We're talking about a man who has lived through more than most of us can imagine: Hollywood success, creative highs, personal lows. And yet, in the end, love is what stands out in his heart. So who is she? Who is this woman who made such a lasting impression that Johnny still calls her the love of his life? Before we reveal that, let's take a quick step back. Johnny Depp's life, for as long as we can remember, has been like a movie itself. From the moment he broke into fame with 21 Jump Street, people couldn't get enough of him. Then came Edward Scissorhands, a role that wasn't just a career-defining moment but also the film that sparked one of his most famous relationships, with Winona Ryder. Remember Winona Forever? That tattoo wasn't just a phase. It was a symbol of a love that fans were obsessed with. But as we all know, Hollywood romances don't always last. The two eventually went their separate ways, and Johnny's journey in love didn't get any easier. Over the years, he's been linked with some incredible women. Vanessa Paradis, the mother of his 2 children, Amber Heard, and even a few rumored relationships that kept the tabloids busy for years. Yet through it all, Johnny has remained surprisingly private about what love truly means to him. That's why this confession feels like such a big deal. He's peeling back the curtain and letting us see the man behind the roles, the fame, and the scandals. When Johnny talks about this woman, it's not in the way most celebrities talk about love. He doesn't focus on her beauty, or her fame, or anything superficial. Instead, he talks about how she saw him, the real Johnny, not the actor, not the public figure, but the man with flaws, insecurities, and dreams. And isn't that what we all crave? To be loved for who we truly are, not for who the world thinks we should be? Johnny said it was the little things that made this love so unforgettable. The late-night conversations that stretched on until dawn. The laughter over something silly and unplanned. The quiet moments that meant more than any red carpet appearance or Hollywood party ever could. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Do we all have that one person in our lives who left such a mark that no matter where life takes us, a piece of them stays with us forever? Johnny seems to think so. He described this love as a once-in-a-lifetime connection, something you can't force or replace. And hearing him say that makes you think about your own life. Maybe there's someone you've never forgotten, someone who showed you a version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. And here's the interesting part. Even though Johnny has lived through years of public scrutiny and messy breakups, his words don't sound bitter or regretful. Instead, there's this quiet gratitude in his voice, like he knows how rare it is to experience a love like that at all. There's a lesson here for all of us, don't you think? Johnny's confession reminds us that love isn't about perfection. It's not about finding someone who fits a checklist or looks perfect on paper. It's about connection, trust, and seeing each other's souls. He's been through enough to know that real love is messy. It's complicated. It's not always the kind of love that gets celebrated in movies or magazines. But it's the kind that lasts, even if the relationship doesn't. And maybe that's why his words hit so hard. We live in a time where everything feels so fast, so disposable. Relationships come and go, often with just a swipe on a screen. But hearing Johnny talk about this woman, this deep, soul-level connection, feels like a reminder of what love should be. You can almost hear the pain and nostalgia in his voice as he recalls the memories. He mentioned how certain moments, even the smallest ones, still come back to him unexpectedly. A song, a place, a scent, suddenly, he's right back there, reliving it all. And if you've ever experienced that kind of love, you know exactly what he's talking about. What's also fascinating is how Johnny's story challenges some of the myths we often believe about love and success. You'd think that someone who has it all, fame, wealth, talent, wouldn't care about something as simple and raw as a heartfelt connection. But it turns out, that's exactly what he values most. It's not the red carpets or the awards that matter in the end. It's the people who truly see you, who love you for you. And here's another thing he hinted at: time doesn't erase real feelings. Even after years, that connection is still there. It's like a quiet flame that never goes out, no matter how much life changes around you. That got me thinking, how many of us have someone like that in our lives? Someone who shaped us, who taught us something about love, even if it didn't last forever? Johnny's honesty almost feels like a wake-up call. He's saying, don't take real love for granted. And honestly, isn't that advice we could all use? We get so caught up in the hustle of life, in chasing success or worrying about what's next, that we sometimes forget to cherish the people who matter most. What makes this confession even more powerful is that Johnny doesn't sound like he's living in the past. It's not about regret or wishing things had turned out differently. It's more about acknowledging that some people leave a permanent mark on your heart, and that's not a bad thing. It's just part of being human. So, who do you think Johnny was talking about? Was it Winona Ryder, with whom he shared that whirlwind romance in the 90s? Or was it Vanessa Paradis, who stood by his side for years and gave him 2 beautiful children? Maybe it's someone we don't even know about, someone who stayed out of the spotlight entirely. The truth is, it doesn't matter. What matters is the story behind it, the reminder that love, real love, is timeless. Before we wrap this up, let's take a moment to think about what we can take away from Johnny's story. It's not just about celebrity gossip or headlines. It's about recognizing that even people who seem to have it all are just like us when it comes to matters of the heart. They want connection, authenticity, and someone who truly understands them. And maybe, just maybe, hearing Johnny talk about this will make us look at our own relationships differently. Are we appreciating the people who truly care for us? Are we holding on to the connections that matter, or are we letting them slip away because we think there's something better out there? I'll leave you with this question: do you believe we all have that one unforgettable love in our lives, the person who changes us forever? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this story and want to keep exploring more about Johnny Depp's life and the untold stories behind his journey, make sure you check out our next video. And hey, if this video made you feel something, maybe it reminded you of someone special, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps the channel, and it lets us know that these kinds of heartfelt stories matter to you. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We've got more incredible stories coming your way, and you won't want to miss them.